When the sun goes down, the stars come out. From deep in the heart of Texas, it's the Star at Night. Coming to you from the Cowboys facility at the Star in Frisco. With your hosts, Kelsey Charles and David Hellman.
What's up, guys? Kelsey Charles and David Hellman here, and you are tuning in to another episode of The Star at Night. Dave, second to last show of our first season. Would you look at that?
Can you see the excitement emanating off my face knowing that summer is upon us? Like, I feel like I did in high school, knowing that it's almost summer vacation. Wait, I mean, you know, I love doing the show with you, but I love not working. I love not working more. So let's get after it.
The senioritis has set in. I'm not getting a Lilas in my yearbook at the end of this season. It's fine, though. It's totally fine. But I do want to talk about the team because they are starting their season as we are ending our first season. OTAs took place recently, and there's a couple of key takeaways I want to get your thoughts on. Let's start with the most obvious one, Dak Prescott. Okay, one of my favorite happenings of the offseason was when he went fishing, and everyone in the world had to talk about those ankles. Thick ankles, Dak. Like, what, guys, that's so weird. I was a little upset we didn't get that kind of creepy commentary when he ran out onto the field this past week, but it's fine. It's fine. So otherwise, I'd love to hear your thoughts on how you thought.
Sure? Are you sure we didn't get creepy commentary?
Prove me wrong, my friend.
Go look on Twitter at all of the bizarre zoom-in photos of Dak Prescott's feet. I'm not kidding. This isn't a joke. People are out here studying my man's ankles like the damn Zapruder film. Like, it is another level entirely. Yes, Dak's ankle looks fine. Honestly, it looks like he hasn't missed a leg day since about December, if I had to guess. I'm gonna go ahead and assume Dak can squat like 800 pounds at this point. He looks good, man. He looks shockingly good for a guy coming off that injury this early in the process. It's really encouraging. Hopefully we can keep it about football and not staring at his feet. But yeah, he's out there running around, making all the throws, making all the plays. It's super encouraging.
Listen, I mean, if the whole football thing doesn't work out, he could always start an OnlyFans for feet. I feel like there's a corner of the internet that is dedicated to that, my friend. Do
you think a $160 million quarterback needs an OnlyFans? He's got like Sleep Number. He's got like 1 million sponsors. I don't think he needs an OnlyFans.
Everyone needs a backup plan, okay?
I don't know if he does. After the deal that he signed, I think he's probably good. But okay, go ahead.
I do want to talk about too, though, as if you weren't turned on enough by Dak's ankles.
What are you doing here? All right. Come on, let's go. Wherever you're going next.
Went ahead and freaked out even more over his Instagram post because, I mean, if you're not going to run through a brick wall after this man and his adversity and thanking it for the opportunity, I mean, come on. Like, that's straight out of an inspirational quote book, if you will. So, listen, we're excited. He's obviously excited. And we're ready for training camp and some maybe more creepy commentary.
No, we're not ready for training camp. We're ready for like a relaxing month and a half. Just sit by the pool, drink some beveraginos. Hopefully nobody gets suspended. Like, stop trying to skip me ahead to the part where my life goes away.
You know you work in sports when.
Summer matters too, okay? I just want to throw that out there.
Okay, well, all right. Tell me what else matters besides Dak Prescott and some other key takeaways that you personally had coming out of OTAs. We got new guys in the building. We've got guys who we thought weren't going to be here, and they still are. And so give me your overall assessment of this team.
I mean, if anything, Dak is part of this too. You know, Dak is so far along in his progress. Obviously, Lyle Collins and Tyron Smith coming off of their injuries. are, I don't want to say surprising, but it's encouraging the level of activity that we're seeing from them. DeMonte Kazee is another guy, tore his Achilles in October. He's already practicing here in early June. And again, these are practices that the Cowboys didn't have last year. And so it's definitely important. Yeah, I don't want to overstate it. They're just running around in shorts. It's fine. I mean, there were plenty of teams that had good seasons without OTAs last year, but for the amount of new guys and injured guys that this team has, it's been nice. It's been nice to see them out there. So I'm feeling good. You know, we got reacquainted with everybody, and now we take a long break. It's fantastic. I love it.
All right. Well, in the spirit of taking breaks, we're going to go ahead and take one because Dave is dying for one. Very obviously, we've got a very special guest, friend of the show, brought to you by Favor, coming up next. Stay with us.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. Kelsey called this guy a special guest at the end of the last segment. I'll be real honest. I don't know, man.
Wow.
He's a dear friend of ours, but we talk to him like every day. And if you follow Dallas Cowboys content, you're probably familiar with him. Our very good friend, Jeff Kavanaugh from 105.3 The Fan here in Dallas. He's our Huckleberry. Look, right there behind him. Yeah, I love it.
Hi, Jeff.
Hi, Jeff. How you doing?
I've been called special my whole life, Dave, and you will not take that from me. I'm special. Hold on, let me make sure. I don't need to be at the same height as you guys in the camera shots.
Well, you and I'll never be at the same height anyway. Let's be real honest about that.
Oh, wow.
It's true.
That's a dig at myself, if anything.
I wish I was your height.
No, you don't. The only time being my height is good is on an airplane. That's about it. Everything else kind of sucks.
I think being tall kind of sucks.
All right. Well,
look, basically, Dave, this is a grass is greener situation. Whatever you're not is probably what you want to be in life. So it's just the way it goes.
That's deep.
That was deep.
I appreciate that. Which I'm just gonna do a complete 180 and ask you to explain why we keep fielding conversations and rumors about the Cowboys trading away a linebacker that I don't think very many people would want. Why? Why is that happening?
My guess would just be that you have too many, and there's been so much conversation over multiple linebackers on this team in a variety of ways. And anytime you use a top 12 pick on a position, then I think it's natural to look at the roster and be like, oh, what's going on now? And then you compound that with their 4th round pick of Jabril Cox, and you're like, oh, wow, they're replacing everybody. And you brought in Keanu Neal, and you're calling him a linebacker. So I think in a way it's natural because there's just so many bodies for so few spots, because in real life in the NFL, 2 linebackers play most of the time, and you have at least 5. So I think it makes sense. But then when you start talking about which players are you talking about, it stops making sense to me for a variety of reasons.
Okay, you tell me if I'm just being a homer. And the 2 linebackers in question are Leighton Vander Esch and Jalen Smith. People, again, trying to connect dots that they might be trade bait. Do you agree with me, though? The best you could hope to get for those guys is probably like a day 3 draft pick, and they're more valuable as players on your team than day 3 draft picks.
Yeah, I agree. And to different extents on each player. Like if you told me, hey, pick one to trade, I would actually pick Jalen Smith over Leighton Vander Esch. Because Leighton Vander Esch, he's hurt guy, but maybe he can be a good player. And I've got Micah Parsons, Keanu Neal, Jabril Cox. So if hurt guy is a depth guy, well, it's harder to get hurt when you don't play as much. And he's in the last year of a contract. So if he plays well, I'm going to get a draft pick anyway. And if he doesn't play well, then he doesn't play or whatever, right? We move along. Jalen I guess it kind of makes sense because a lot of people would like to move on from him for money purposes. And if you want to move on from a guy for money purposes, and you can do that after June 1st and split up a cap hit, and then you could have that money free this year and next year. Like with him, at least you can give me the reasoning and you can kind of make it make sense if he's not going to play. But with Leighton, I don't think it makes sense at all because somebody would be giving you next to nothing for them to rent a player that if he just played for you, your team's better off. So what's the point? And I think that applies to Jalen too, probably, right? Where it's like, why not just have him and worry about it later?
I'm 100% with you.
So if we have all these bodies, right? You're Dan Quinn. In your ideal world, how does this alignment shake out for you?
Well, I'll go back to what I already said, where in the NFL, 2 linebackers play in real life. Like we can talk about how, well, this guy's your strong side linebacker. Great. He plays 20% of the snaps. And this guy's a pass rusher. Great. Are you taking a defensive end off the field for him? Like, am I taking Randy Gregory off to line up Jalen Smith to rush the passer? I don't think so. So really 2 linebackers play. And if I had to guess, I would guess as this thing moves along, whether it starts this way or not, I would bet on a lot of Micah Parsons. And I might be crazy here, but I'll say a lot of Keanu Neal because I think a lot of it comes back to, you see this with every team, with every coach has his guys. Rod Marinelli had his guys. Keanu Neal, from everything you hear from him and from Dan Quinn, like that's Dan Quinn's guy. Like he brought him in like, Keanu, I need you. I need you to help me build this. I need you to show people the way. So I wouldn't be shocked if it ended up being a lot of Micah Parsons and a lot of Keanu Neal, but you've got a lot of good pieces because I also wouldn't be shocked if they lined up in week 1 and it was Jalen Smith and Leighton Vander Esch. So, and that's where the trade stuff comes from because now we've established I wouldn't be shocked if it was Smith and Vander Esch or if it was Parsons and Keanu Neal. And I'm here to tell you, your 4th round pick is your best coverage linebacker on your entire roster right now. So when it's third down, Will Cox is better than all of them. So I don't know.
Which I think it's something that's going to evolve as the season goes. Like the snap share in week 1 is not going to look anything like by the time we get to week 10 and on, in my opinion, for a variety of reasons, like injuries, guys coming up. I think that's a fascinating point though, about Keanu Neal and Micah Parsons, because like the thing that Cowboys keep harping on is team speed. Well, you can get faster at linebacker by playing a safety there. And Micah Parsons, you know, we know that the 40 times this year were a little fudged, but 4.39. Yeah, he's fast. And so I don't think that's a coincidence that maybe they're trying to get a lot faster there, and that would be a hell of a way to do it.
Yeah, and it makes sense because I think just in a very general sense, without boring or weirding anybody out, like if you think about what we think Dan Quinn wants to do and what Dan Quinn has done historically, you're talking about a cover 3 defense. What does that mean? It means that your safety has the deep middle third. Your free safety does. Your corners have a deep third, right? So now we've drawn up third, 3 guys, pew, out of there. We got 4 guys that are rushing the passer. That leaves us with 4 guys to cover all this in the middle and all this underneath. So my 3 guys who are back here, I want to be smart and fast enough and have ball skills and be able to play a football in the air. And what do I want for my 4 guys underneath? I want you to cover all of this underneath them in a hurry. So it would make sense to me that you want to play a bunch of dudes that are safety-ish or linebackers that can fly, just based on Dan Quinn's history.
All right. Well, as fascinating as this is, I love Serious Jeff, but what I love even more is not Serious Jeff. So enough with the X's and O's. We're going to get a little weird in this next segment. We've got some superlatives. So that's coming up next. Y'all stay with us.
Hey, y'all! Welcome back to the show. We're back with our buddy Jeff Kavanaugh, Kelsey Charles. She's fine. I'm fine. Everybody's fine. We're back.
I am fine. Thank you for acknowledging that.
In keeping, I feel like, was that a looks thing? We're not doing that. We're not. I don't care. Whatever. You spend enough time on your hair. Actually, who's got the longer hair between the two of you now that Jeff's got?
No kidding.
Yeah, for
I
real.
was a little intimidated by the flow over here. It's fine though. Whatever.
Thank God
You have me beat. You have me beat by a considerable margin, but I'm working on it.
All right.
Okay.
So, in keeping with the theme of me being really excited about summer break, I thought we should do some summer superlatives. We're all going away on vacation. Remember when you disappeared for the summer, how exciting it was to get back and see everything that happened while everybody was apart? Well, that's what we're going to do for the NFL here in this segment. So we're going to do high school superlatives. I was voted most likely to not be able to reach the top shelf of the pantry by my peers back in the day.
I was voted most likely to host a TV show, so here we are, kids.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you at all.
That's true. I will
I
find
was voted most likely to live in a ditch, and I got close.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe that. All right. Well, these are going to be nicer superlatives. So, Kels, give us your list. Hopefully, it doesn't involve anybody living in a ditch. Give me your list.
It doesn't. Quite the opposite, because we are in the NFL here. All right, so producer Caden gave us this list. First up is most likely to succeed. We're talking rookies here. I went JOK, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, because I think, listen, putting him up in Cleveland with Stefanski, that defense can only go up. We saw what they did last year. They're arguably one of the better in the AFC. So I'm going to give him props for what he can do in 2021. Up next, I've got most likely to win the lottery, improve their situation. Tyrod Taylor. Hello. I mean, can you only go up from what happened last year? Puncturing his lung, losing his starting job to a rookie, and now he goes to Houston. Let's face it, he's probably going to be playing next season.
It worked out for the Chargers.
I think that's an improvement. All right, so class clown. This goes without saying, Gronkowski. I mean, come on, could it really be anyone else? Most likely to move away during the summer, Aaron Rodgers. We knew this was going to be a storyline. There's only one other person who you're going to put up there, and I already know that Dave's going to call it. Aaron Rodgers is not going back to Green Bay, if at least his fiance has something to say about it. So
Aaron
we'll see
Rodgers
if he gets her way or not.
Absolutely going back to Green Bay. I don't believe it for a second.
I don't know.
Stare downs are fun.
Listen, it could get interesting.
Okay. All right. We'll see.
All right. Most likely to become a coach. Do I even need to explain this one? Sean Lee. I mean, come on. We knew that was going to happen. It's a given. It's a shoo-in. It's Sean Lee. He doesn't know how to not be around the sport. So, yeah, he's going to go pull Jason Witten and be a coach.
I said the same thing. You're right. That's
fair. You both get 0 points. Oh, you had the same answer.
We get full points because we're going to be right. Maybe not this year.
Categories. You get no points if you have the same answer.
I haven't played categories in a long time.
This is our show. You don't get to make the rules.
You do not make up. You don't make up the point system on our show for our made up games.
It's a fair point.
All right. Okay.
Anyways, the next fair point is most likely to break a world record. Tom Brady. He's already broken like 50. What's one more? Teacher's pet. The very obvious Tim Tebow reuniting with his former coach. Are you kidding me? It's Tim Tebow. Through and through. The other one though, who has some major pet potential, Mac Jones. I mean, just look at the guy. He's
all right. So now we're just giving
teacher's
multiple
pet
answers. Okay.
Yeah, because I don't like to lose, so I'm gonna win across the board. Best dressed, Cam Newton. He still has my vote. Best hair, Trevor Lawrence. Can you say sunshine?
Ooh. No,
come on.
No, his hair's bad. His hair's bad. I don't like
it. So Jeff, go ahead and take your ponytail down and say that again, my friend, because
Jeff's hair looks better.
Trevor doesn't have good hair. All long hair is not good hair. He doesn't have any life to it. There's nothing good about what he's got going.
Exactly. There's no volume, there's no curls. It's just
his face has too much bone.
Yeah, like Jeff is 100% right. He's so right about this.
He looks like a model. What is
No,
wrong
man.
with both of you?
No, he
No.
doesn't.
Whatever. It's fine.
No.
I definitely won that round, but I'll let you guys go ahead and go next and see if you can actually top at least one or two of those.
Yeah, I'll top you right away. Most likely to succeed is our guy Kyle Pitts. I don't even need to get into it, but he's going to a talented offense with a great quarterback, and he's Kyle Pitts. He's going to ball out from the get. Most likely to win the lottery, Josh Allen, anybody? Josh Allen is looking at what Dak Prescott just signed, and he's like, oh, okay, so I'm going to be rich as hell.
Oh, you meant literal lottery. Got it.
Yes.
Got it.
Josh
Yeah,
Allen is literally going to be rich as hell in anywhere from tomorrow until a year from now. It's going to happen. I don't know when. He's going to make a boatload of money. Class clown, how could it not be Juju? The dude makes up dances for every single game on the schedule. He's trying to dance on the star. Love you. Love you.
It's not as fun when you're not as good, but it's funny.
Ooh, you're not wrong. What else do we have here? Julio Jones is 100% getting traded. He is the most likely to leave. That's just a matter.
Not to Dallas.
No, and nor should he, for that matter. So don't even start that.
If he wants to.
He said he doesn't, though. He told Shannon Sharp he doesn't.
I'm just telling you, if there's no reason to play tight ends, you don't have to. There's no rule that says you have to have a tight end.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
Don't
or a running back.
Don't start.
Oh,
Yeah,
we
five
going
receivers.
empty?
5 receivers and a running quarterback. This is the future.
I don't think you're wrong, but I think it's still another decade away.
Let's get weird.
Sean Lee's the most likely to become a coach. Is it most likely to break a world record? I don't know about a world record, but Dak, if the defense doesn't get better, has a chance to break an NFL record because he's got an extra game, and the pace he was on last year, he could absolutely shatter the passing yardage record if it comes to that. I think,
Peyton.
all right, Kels, I'll give you this. Tim Tebow's the right answer. Tim Tebow is the
Thank
teacher's
you.
pet. But I'll
Say
throw
more
in
things like that.
I'll throw in JJ Watt. He's just got
pretty good.
Big teacher's pet energy. He always wants. He's like everybody's All-American. He's like Mr. Hero all the time.
You and me, Cliff.
Yeah, exactly. Cam is best dressed. You did have some really good answers. I mean, the handkerchief.
I had the right answer, so yeah, they're all good. But yes, keep going.
Handkerchief, and then best hair is freaking DK Metcalf. Are you kidding me? You don't even know what color it's going to be on any given Sunday. It's amazing. Sometimes
That's a
it's
good
green.
one.
Sometimes it's bright pink. Love DK.
I'm sorry,
Love it.
I just respect the flow. What can I say?
Jeff, what you got?
Okay, see, I kind of didn't. I think you guys both did better than I did because I knew I could go. I knew I could go anywhere in the NFL, but I was like, well, this is a Cowboy intensive thing. So outside of the first question, I went all Cowboys.
That'll
Which
make
was
it more
really
fun.
good. I laughed.
Most likely to succeed, I put Trey Lance. This is the one where I went NFL. I went Trey
Okay,
Lance.
that was going to be my second one. I like that one.
Kyle Shanahan, receivers.
I don't think he's gonna play this year.
What?
I don't
What are
think
you
he's gonna play
doing?
this
Even
year.
so, he's
He
going to play.
traded up in the first round. You think they want to go back to a jobber quarterback?
Patrick Mahomes didn't play his first year, right? I'm just saying.
I don't care.
Okay.
Alex
He's
Smith
not
was also good back
He's
in the
not gonna
day.
play. He's not gonna play this
He
year.
is going to play, and so is Justin Fields, and so is Trevor Lawrence, and so is Mac Jones. They're going to play.
Mac
Justin
Jones.
Fields is going to play because Andy Dalton's not good.
I'm sorry. QB1, did you see the tweet? What are you talking about?
Jimmy G got him to a Super Bowl. That's all I'm saying. All right, keep going.
Yeah, and he was so good that he was like, man, if I could get a better quarterback, I might be able to win the Super Bowl. Most likely to win the lottery. And by that, we mean win a starting job. Osa Odigizua, Cowboys defensive lineman, because Neville Gallimore and Tristan Hill, they're just And so I like Osa. He could win a starting job. Class
I don't have
clown,
beef with that.
Micah Parsons. Just because, not in a bad way, like Juju, where he does so many TikTok dances that everybody wants to hurt him on the football field. But when we asked Parsons, to describe his style of play, He said see ball, hit ball, kind of like the water boy. So like Micah Parsons has jokes.
He's funny. You can tell for sure.
Most likely to move away during the summer, I went with Jalen Smith. We talked about the linebackers earlier. If one of them is moved, it'd be Jalen, not Leighton. That's just that's just what I would do.
He's not getting traded.
Well, don't worry about that. Let me see here. What else did I do? I had Dak is the best dressed.
Sweating.
Dak is a fine dressing young man. That is a fine dressing young man. Most likely to break a world record would be Pat Mahomes. Now that you have 17 games, he'll break record.
No, you're probably right about that.
Did I ever do a teacher's pet? Teacher's pet, I'm going to go Jalen Smith. And in this case, the teacher would be Jerry Jones.
I cannot with you.
I think that's all of them. So, yeah. I got that.
It's a pleasure, as always. We'll probably see you here in about 10 minutes when we Uber to your house. But
sorry, I didn't know the rules.
Thanks so much for joining us.
I think Jeff won, to be honest. I really think he did.
I think he did too. He's just on the wow factor alone. I'm literally I'm heated physically right now. So, guys, again, thanks so much for joining us. We do appreciate you taking the time out of your day for Jeff Kavanaugh. Guys, follow him on Twitter. He's hilarious and amazing. Our producer, Kaden, as always, for coming up with the most interesting topics that we just decided to blow out of the water. David Helm and I'm Kelsey Charles. It's been another episode of The Star at Night. See you guys for the last episode of season 1 next week.